Wait, I am allowed to include Superstar Saga in the video title, right? That won't get me copy striked, will it? I mentioned in my channel reboot video that I had some video game prototypes in mind, and as you can probably tell by now, the first such prototype will be inspired by Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. This game was such a joy as a kid. The turn-based battles that involve you even on enemy moves, the silly humor, the brothers and teamwork themes. It was just such a charming and immersive world. There are two things in particular that I wanted to copy for this prototype: the battle dance and the battle system. I mentioned action on enemy turns, but I'd also like to try replicating the timing-based attacks and maybe even a bros move. Before I talk more about how I hope to get started, however, I'd like to mention an issue I perceive with my channel as of now. If you don't care to listen to this ramble, please skip ahead to the last chapter of the video. The timestamp will be listed in the description. Now, it hasn't been too long since my channel reboot video, but I've got a concern. I feel like I'm spending too much time on the drawing shorts. In the last month, I uploaded 4 drawing time lapses, which is great, don't get me wrong. I'm glad I put effort into drawing. But it sort of felt like I was spending all of my time on them. Sometimes from the drawing effort alone, sometimes editing. Even just choosing a song to pair with a short can take me 30 minutes or longer. And then I might spend another hour finding a different song, because the ones available on YouTube are not necessarily available on TikTok. And I haven't even bothered with Instagram Reels for now. Who could have imagined that not being familiar with popular music of the last decade or so would come back to bite me? So, what exactly is the issue here? I did say I was intending to put up a lot more drawings after all. However, as it stands, I don't feel like I've been making progress on other things I want to do, namely Blender. Perhaps this is really the crux of the problem, rather than too much time spent. What is my goal over the next couple of months? It's to complete a game prototype, not to publish shorts every week. When I look at what I've posted, they feel somewhat disparate, which is not inherently bad in itself, but I've started to wonder recently, have I been drawing solely for the sake of producing shorts? And to be honest, I've even begun to question if sped up time lapses are really so interesting to watch. Maybe they could be edited down to some select portions. Anyways, the thing is, there are many options for creating shorts. I can certainly be splitting out clips from longer videos, or making clips of Blender progress. There's no reason to draw just to this end. Now, I don't want to stop drawing altogether. I still think it's the easiest way for me to create material for shorts. And with varied prompts, it's a great exercise that can lead to creative ideas. In fact, that's how this character originated in the first place. But for drawings unrelated to the game prototypes, I might want to start timeboxing them to 30 minutes or less each day. There are also, of course, things I can draw that are related. One thing I definitely want to do is create character turnarounds. While not strictly necessary, they can help a lot with the modeling process. If you saw the channel reboot video, you might recall a montage of what I had done over the last 3 years. There were a lot of drawings related to these two. That is because I had already decided that I wanted to feature them in future game prototypes. My hope was that I could recreate them in 3D and then simply reuse their models between projects instead of needing to make unique assets each time. In summary, I've been feeling that I need to rethink my approach to short videos. and refocus my efforts towards steps that build towards this Superstar Saga-esque project. So, what then are said steps? What are the assets I must eventually make? Let's examine this battle scene. I think we can break this into 3 main parts: the characters, the background elements, and the UI. Let's look at our heroes first. These two correspond to Mario and Luigi, and they can both be further broken up into body and weapon. As for the enemies, this is actually another spot where I could experiment with more sketches. I've previously drawn a cow, a dog, and a cat antagonist, so let's go with them for now. The cat and dog don't appear to have weapons, but the cow has a pitchfork, so that could be a separate asset to model. Wait, should I be saying bull because it doesn't have an udder? Now, let's look at the background elements. We've got some trees, bushes, a cactus, and a cliff face. There's also grass and a dirt path, but I'm guessing a game engine might be able to handle that. In fact, it might even be able to handle the cliff. I do wonder if it would make sense to just billboard some of these instead of model them. Although, at my current skill level, I'm not sure that that would really save me that much time. Finally, we have our UI. I'm just going to ignore the text elements for now, so I'll claim that we have 6 main art assets here: the bros, solo, item, and run buttons, and then the health and bros point icons. So in total, there are 18 assets to make, maybe 17 if the cliff can be covered by terrain tools. Some are surely more difficult than others, especially the character models. But I think I've just got to accept that I'll likely need to make multiple passes on most, if not all, of the assets. All in all, it doesn't sound like too much, right? Of course, I'm not including any animations or coding right now, which is intentional to limit my current scope. I'll try to break those down in a future video. With this, I should already have plenty to keep me busy over the next month or 2. Well, that was my longest video yet. Whether you listen to all of my rambling or skip to the final chapter, thank you for watching. I'll try my best to post another update before the end of this year.